This object is called Chaos Bell. It is a divine weapon of the founder of the Chaos Holy Land, the Chaos Emperor. Among the divine weapons in the myriad of worlds, it ranks high. But now, it has become the entrance assessment for the Chaos Holy Land. As long as it is sounded once, the assessment is passed. Become an outer disciple of the Chaos Holy Land. Ring the bell 3 times or more to be called a genius. Ring the bell 6 times to be hailed as the strongest saint guide in the Holy Land. But this ordinary teenager made the Chaos Bell ring 9 times. This is second only to the Chaos Emperor, the owner of the Chaos Bell, a record that no one has ever achieved before. The young boy's name is Yun. He has been traversing this world for 16 years. Today is the day he joins the Chaos Holy Land. The Chaos Holy Land is one of the top powers in the Jiuxiao Continent. Every year, countless young boys and girls aspire to reach the Holy Land and soar to the heavens. And Xiao Yun, as a transmigrator, naturally possesses the equipment of every transmigrator. It's a golden finger called the Enlightenment System. Its mission, as long as the tasks are completed, one can acquire the opportunity for enlightenment. The current task is to enter the Chaos Holy Land, to have the opportunity to learn advanced martial arts. But the Chaos Holy Land has already declined. There hasn't been a knock in hundreds of years. A genius who surpasses ring the bell 6 times. Even the elders are indifferent towards the enrollment ceremony. Half of the enrollment ceremony has already passed. Not a single disciple who can strike the mixed herbs has appeared. Talents are withering. No wonder the Chaos Holy Land has become the end of the top forces. Thinking of this, the elder in charge simply thought to himself, "I just want to go back and take care of my beard. Such a big recruitment ceremony. It's not even as important as his beard." Just then, several chaotic bell tolls shocked the elder leading the induction. Once he regained his composure, Xiao Yun has rung the bell 9 times in a row, shocking the entire Chaos Holy Land. Because these bell tolls not only represent that the person ringing the bell is an extraordinary genius, but also represent that a divine child has been born in the Chaos Holy Land. The position of the divine child in the Holy Land equals that of the Holy Lord. Even the elders are not worthy to offer shoes to the divine child. And the 9 tolls of the bell completely shocked the Chaos Holy Land, the elder above, and the Chaos Holy Lord. Even the ancestors who have long been dead and turned into fossils have all come out from their palaces, rushing towards the square. The Chaos Holy Lord takes the lead to greet Xiao Yun. Together, they go to meet the Elder Supreme and the fossilized ones. They all want to take on Xiao Yun as their disciple in order to increase their own bargaining chip. Some elders directly state their own techniques and principles, working so hard just to have the young man before their eyes join their ranks. At this moment, a voice came. Xiao Yun has extraordinary talent, suitable for cultivating the chaotic scripture. Upon hearing this, all the elders disagreed, for the newcomer was the supreme elder emperor trapped in the transcendent realm for hundreds of years. And in his mouth, the chaotic scripture, besides the chaos emperor, no one can cultivate to perfection. Although the chaotic scripture can allow practitioners to forge the supreme holy body, the chaos body, however, during the cultivation process, enlightenment is needed for deduction. If cultivation is not perfected, one will be trapped in the transcendent realm like Elder Deity Sun. This is not a joke to the other holy sites. Just when the elders were arguing endlessly, the system pops up to settle the task rewards. Joining the Chaos Holy Land rewards 3 opportunities for enlightenment, refreshing the task, rejecting other elders' requests to take on disciples, becoming a disciple of Elder Deity Sun, rewarding 5 opportunities for enlightenment. Since the system has assigned a task, Xiao Yun naturally won't refuse. So, he said that he's prepared to join the Elder Deity Sun men and give up the position of the Divine Son. In this way, it won't make other holy places laughable. Seeing Xiao Yun's determination, the other elders can only give up. Xiao Yun followed Elder Deity Sun to the peak where they lived. The pavilions and towers were exquisite. It turned out that Elder Deity Sun was once the strongest holy son. There are many people following him, so the mountain peak where he lives is also magnificent. But because Elder Deity Sun has been in the transcendent realm for hundreds of years, the people who follow him have gradually left. Those palaces are now empty. Now there is only himself and a maid, and Xiao Yun, 3 people in total. But Detian encourages Xiao Yun not to lose heart. Although he doesn't have many days left to live, he will definitely do his best to teach him everything he knows. How many days? So, how many exactly? Elder Detian has calculated. The lifespan of the extraordinary realm is 1,000 years. I myself have also lived for 900 years. There's still about 100 years left. Xiao Yun regained his breath. Fortunately, there are still 100 years left. They arrived at a palace. Elder Detian introduced Xiao Yun to the realm of cultivation. As cultivators, we have a total of 14 realms. They are body refinement, key gathering, spirit bridge, celestial realm, sacrificial awakening, astral projection, nirvana, transcendent immortal territory, great sage realm, great emperor realm. As your master, I will now pass on to you the chaos scriptures. I hope you can cultivate and achieve the chaos body at an early date. A golden light surged, and countless characters entered Xiao Yun's mind. While Detian was waiting for Xiao Yun to digest the contents of the chaos scripture, he took out a million-year-old mountain ginseng and instructed the maidservant to put it into the foundation building liquid prepared for Xiao Yun. He wanted to greatly enhance his disciple's aptitude. Meanwhile, Xiao Yun, beside them, immersed himself in the chaotic pool. Feeling the mysteries of the chaotic scripture, truly deserving to be the unparalleled secret manual that only the Chaos Emperor can cultivate. No one else has been able to cultivate it, including the opportunity for enlightenment upon completing the mission. There were over 10 times in total, so let's try it once. The system uses the opportunity of enlightenment. The chaotic scripture is the goal of enlightenment. The sudden surge of golden light shocked Elder Detian when he comprehended the first level of the chaos scripture. It took several days in total. After experiencing the profundity of the chaos scripture, Xiao Yun used all the remaining opportunities of enlightenment on the chaos scripture. Golden light radiates, and the golden lotus emerges. Outside the mountain peaks, endless thunder calamities. This is the vision of entering the 9th level of the chaos scripture. It is estimated that Xiao Yun may really cultivate the chaos scripture to the perfect state, becoming a character like the Chaos Emperor. Xiao Yun broke through the 9th level of the Chaos Scripture, causing a vision and attracting the attention of the entire Chaos Holy Land. Disciples discuss Xiao Yun giving up his identity as the god's son. He is just a fool who doesn't get along with Elder Detian. Watching the phenomenon coming from the distant mountain peaks, an elder directly said that the assistance from Elder Detian to Xiao Yun to wash his essence and marrow is useless. It is impossible for him to cultivate the chaos body. And his disciple, Chu Jingxiao, is even more jealous that Xiao Yun has rung the chaos bell 9 times, stealing his limelight because he only made the chaos bell ring 5 times. Xiao Yun didn't know about the various discussions. He successfully comprehended the 9th level of the chaos scripture, breaking Elder Detian's record, and Xiao Yun emitting a golden light all over his body. We have already reached the limit of refining the body mirror. We are just a little bit away now from stepping into the next level, the key gathering. But Elder Detian does not want Xiao Yun to easily enter the key gathering. He intends to help his disciple. You must accumulate the foundation to the limits in the realm of body refinement. Only after breaking through can one obtain supreme power, and the ability to enter the limits of body refinement is to acquire combat skills. Each combat skill can grant a person the strength of 100,000 kg. In other words, the limit for physical cultivation is 1 million kg. And it's not difficult to obtain battle skills. Just go to the Star Pavilion. The senior elder inside will distribute battle skills of different levels. Hearing about that, he became excited, hastily expressing his desire for a battle with Elder Detian. Confronting his disciple's sincere gaze, Elder Detian ignores the implication, saying that there is still a little junior brother or junior sister on their way here. The materials prepared before for your body refinement, you won't need them anymore. They can be used by your junior brothers and sisters when he breaks through to the body refinement. You can all go to the Star Pavilion to find combat techniques together. Just at this moment, a maid came in with a young junior sister who was big and round. Without saying a word, she threw her into the medicinal bath and told her to reach the perfect state of body refinement within a day. By that time, she could obtain combat skills from the Star Pavilion together with senior brother Xiao Yun. You're lucky, little girl. This is something prepared for the young master. It has integrated many genius treasures from heaven and earth. Unfortunately, the young master has already reached the pinnacle of body refinement. Xiao Yun had an incredulous look on her face. Senior brother is too extraordinary, right? Didn't he just join the Chaos Holy Land with me yesterday? Xiao Yun also curiously watched from the side, only to see Xiao Yun entering the tripod. Soon after, she started shrieking, "It's so hot! Master, I can't bear it anymore. I'm about to be cooked." The spiritual symbol scolded, "I can't bear this pain. Why bother practicing the great way? Less talking. Quickly practice to absorb these secret fluids." Xiao Yun looked on with lingering fear. Luckily, he had an enlightenment to help himself. Otherwise, the one being cooked inside would have been him. After Xiao Yun completed her foundation, she felt completely relaxed. She felt that she now had at least 50,000 kilograms of strength. With Xu Ling, she and Xiao Yun flew to the Star Pavilion. Usually, it's very quiet here. Yesterday, they recruited new apprentices, so today there are quite a few people coming to choose combat skills. At this moment, a group of idiots have already started mocking, "Isn't that the Divine Son, Xiao Yun? Is he also here to test his combat power? Hey, the Divine Son. He's just an ordinary disciple now. I think it's pretty good if he can reach 30,000 combat power. I bet 20,000. Xiao Ya heard their mockery, wishing to bury this group of bastards under the pit for 10,000 years. Master wants me and Xu Ling to also test our combat power. Xu Ling expresses that there is no need to test the combat power of the young master anymore. Xiao Ya pouted and said, "Master, he doesn't need me to use, please, I beg you, let us go." Unable to resist the disobedience of the little girl, Xu Ling reluctantly agreed. At this moment, a handsome guy appeared and said thirstily, fiercely punches the stone tablet. The stone tablet immediately reacts, radiating a greener light than the green hat. At this moment, the pretty boy can't help but kneel down and tow to himself. It actually weighs 50,000 kilograms. I am a genius. The subordinates below are all envious. Such talent. He is expected to become a divine son in the future. Xiao Ya is full of disdain. Just 50,000 kilograms. So what? What's so great about it? I can do it too, someone mocked. Little girl, don't be shameless. The power of 50,000 has reached the state of perfecting the body. Only some geniuses can possess such power right after building the foundation. Even a little girl doesn't know anything. Don't speak recklessly. Where did this little girl come from? The handsome guy mocked. I recognize you. Yesterday, you rang the chaotic bell only 3 times. I knocked 4 times. You dare show off in front of me with such little talent? It's extremely laughable. Xiaoya is not someone who keeps silent. He couldn't help but walk up to the handsome guy. Why are you so angry for just 50,000? You are nothing but a poor man. I will test and show you. The handsome guy obviously doesn't believe that Xiaoya has already moved the small stool. He is Nan Tian. Xiaoya waves her little fist, vigorously hitting the stone tablet in front of her. Suddenly, a burst of silver light emanates from the stone tablet. In the next second, the handsome guy is shocked and turns into an emoticon. It's the silver light. How is this possible? Only when there are over 50,000 kg being attacked will the silver light appear. The people below also showed expressions of disbelief one after another. Could it be that this little girl has already surpassed body refinement, crossing into the pinnacle of physical training? How is this possible? Unexpectedly possessing a strength of 60,000 kg, Xiao Ye came back with a face full of arrogance. Master, did your disciple embarrass you? Xiao Yun smiled. Hey, not bad for my junior martial sister. Now it's my turn. Xiao Yun has already reached the pinnacle of body cultivation, 9 layers in 1 day. However, he only wants to keep a low profile. Surprisingly, the system issued a mission which shocked the people around and rewarded them with 3 enlightenments at once. Moreover, the rewards are stackable. Ah, isn't this forcing him to pretend? At this time, the handsome guy disdainfully murmured, Hey, what's there to be proud of? You're definitely just like that guy, Xiao Yun. relying on despicable means to obtain power. Xiao Yun really wants to give him a slap. Shut up. My martial brother is an unparalleled genius. He doesn't need to do anything. The handsome guy arrogantly spat out some phlegm. Genius? What a joke. Only fools would give up without a fight. He must have been stripped of his position as the chosen one by the Chaos Holy Lord. He said he voluntarily gave it up just to save face. A bunch of weaklings below also echoed his words. They analyze it this way, and it's really insulting to the chosen one. He's shameless. Xiao Yun wondered why he seemed to intentionally oppose us. Reply, young master. This person is the disciple of the old rival of Master Elder Tian Yi. Xiao Yun suddenly realized. Emotions are the enemy of the master. No wonder you're so true to yourself. At this moment, another handsome guy runs towards the testing stage. His confident voice spreads through the square. I will let you all witness what it means to be a once-in-a-lifetime genius. Everyone in the audience exclaimed that it was Chu Jingxiao who eliminated Xiao Yun yesterday. He is the only super genius who made the Chaos Bell ring 5 times. It is said that he has been accepted as a disciple by another Supreme Elder. This Supreme Elder is ranked second within the sect, and he is about to step into the celestial realm. Seeing the aura reaching the pinnacle of body refinement, Chu Jingxiao coldly measures Xiao Yun. A hint of jealousy and hatred flashes in his eyes. Xiao Yun, watch closely. After saying that, he turns around and fiercely punches towards the stone tablet. With a loud bang, a blazing silver light bursts out instantly. The crowd exclaims. This is a faintly golden silver light. It far exceeds the stage of 50,000. As expected, the number 90,000 appeared on the stone monument. There was a sound of exclamations from the surroundings. This is already the realm of full body refinement. 1 day of full body refinement. What a natural talent. Chu Jingxiao stands under the stone tablet. A hint of pride flashes in his eyes. However, he is obviously a highly intelligent sixth brother. Amazing. Here comes Senior Xiao. Let everyone have a look too, Xiao Yun said quietly. One should be humble in life. Xiao Ya couldn't wait to see these. Senior brother, come on up. Let these lowly guys see. Suddenly, a system alert sounded in my mind with the latest mission, causing the people around to cry out in astonishment, causing a sensational reward, enlightenment 3 times. This task can be stacked indefinitely. Xiao Yun was immediately excited. He's almost used up his enlightenment quota. The timing of the system prompting the task couldn't be better. He had an evil smile on his face. This task is a bit inappropriate. Isn't this forcing him to show off indefinitely? The Chaos Scripture is widely recognized as the most difficult cultivation technique. Xiao Yun only has 1 day left. He hasn't even comprehended the first level. I'm afraid he doesn't even have the strength of 10,000 kg. Why did he surrender? Brother, what are you afraid of? This young master is not afraid of you. In the next second, he had a sudden inspiration. He had already appeared in front of the stone tablet. Chu Jingxiao suddenly felt uneasy. At this moment, Xiao Yun fiercely punched the stone tablet. Ouch, my hand hurts. Xiao Yun suddenly pretended to rub his fist and exclaimed. Everyone burst into laughter. How can you be so weak? Everyone burst into laughter. How can this be? Ha ha ha, but their smiles quickly froze, because suddenly a dazzling golden light burst forth from the stone tablet. Soon, a shocking number of 100,000 appeared on top. The weird and ugly eyes below popped out. I'm going to the extreme golden light. How is this possible? He actually reached the peak of body refinement in just 1 day. Oh my God. Is he a reincarnation of an ancient sage with unparalleled talent? At this moment, the system prompt sounds again. Reward 3 moments of enlightenment. Xiao Yun gave Chu Jingxiao a kind smile. Daddy Xiao Yun is a monstrous genius on the 9th floor of day 1. The Star Pavilion unexpectedly chose the spiciest third-rate achievements for him. Does the Star Pavilion really look down on him like this? Just now, Xiao Yun exerted a force of 100,000 kilograms with a punch. Chu Jingxiao's face looked worse than if he cried. Originally, the 4 wanted to see him make a fool of himself. Now, they are the ones embarrassing themselves. The crooked gourds and cracked jujubes below are exclaiming one after another. Xiao Yun truly lives up to being the divine son. One by one, they completely forget about their own previous words and appearance. Now they are all waiting for Chu Jingxiao and Xiao Yun to have a falling out. Look at his expression. Looks like a powerful move is coming. And Chu Jingxiao's test is over. Unexpectedly, he sneaked away under everyone's surprised gaze. At this time, Xiao Yun has entered the Star Pavilion. He is considering how to show off next. If they break through the extreme realm and enter forbidden territory immediately, will it evoke their astonishment? After all, as long as they pretend they can obtain enlightenment counts. He has no choice but to do so. As soon as Xiao Yun came in, she kept crying. Xiao Yun was also somewhat shocked. The Star Pavilion includes a boundless space. Stars shimmer above his head. Various combat skills appear above the stars. The worst is third rate. The most powerful is the ultimate combat technique. Suddenly, a loud voice resounded in the ears of the crowd. All of you close your eyes. Guard your minds. Wait for the Star Pavilion to choose combat techniques for you. At this time, Xiao Yun still didn't know. Due to him recently displaying a strength of 10,000 kilograms, it has attracted many old immortals who are curious. Even his master, Elder Di Tian, has also arrived. Elder Di Tian must be impressed by Xiao Yun's talent. Will be bestowed with the super battle techniques by the Star Pavilion. Even Elder Di Tian thinks so. After all, he can make the chaos bell ring 9 times. Tianye coldly snorted. Elder Di Tian can never step into the divine realm in his lifetime. His disciple is the same. Even if there are some achievements, so what? Elder Di Tian smiled. He, you are my defeated subordinate. I can't do it. It doesn't mean that my disciple is incapable. The surrounding elders suddenly shouted, Everyone, quiet down and look. It seems that Xiao Yun has been bestowed with a third-rate combat skill. Many old immortals exclaimed, That is a monstrous being that could make the chaos bell toll 9 lifetimes. How could it be bestowed with the lowest-level martial skill by the Star Pavilion? Even Elder Di Tian is dumbfounded. How could it be a third-rate martial skill? My disciple possesses unparalleled talent, realizing the chaotic scripture, level 9, in 1 day. Reaching the extreme and cultivating the star body. Mocking the heavenly one, level 9, in 1 day. You're really good at boasting. This is just too ridiculous. Third-rate combat technique? The child is probably deceiving the chaos bell through trickery. At the same time, Xiao Yun also looked confused at the Catetian fist that fell into his hands. There is also the emblem of the third-rate combat technique beside it. Does the Xing Chen Pavilion really look down on me like this? Does he think that I can only practice third-rate martial arts in his eyes? Even Xiao Yun has first-rate martial arts, but he was given third-rate martial arts. This is too embarrassing. There was a burst of exclamations from the crowd below. What? Xiao Yun obtained a third-grade martial technique. His physical cultivation has reached an extreme level. It's probably accumulated by Elder Di Tian's elder using genius earth treasures. Just at this moment, the sound of the system prompt echoed in Xiao Yun's mind. Ding! The host exclaimed again, causing a sensation awards 3 enlightenment opportunities. Xiao Yun couldn't help twitching at the corner of his mouth. This reward made him very annoyed. Who cares if I have a low talent level in the system? I'll still rise up. Xiao Yun quickly regained his spirit. Looking at the Star Pavilion in front of him, he suddenly became angry. Star Pavilion, listen to me. My talent doesn't need you to judge. My fate is in my own hands, not controlled by heaven. I decide my own combat skills. Hurry up and show me your strongest combat skills. Let me choose for myself. Someone like Xiao Yun was actually bestowed with a low-level combat skill by the Star Pavilion. Does the Star Pavilion look down on him like this? Xiao Yun shouted loudly at the sky. Quickly display all of martial arts skills. I want to choose for myself. The group of old immortals couldn't help but smile. This kid actually still refuses to give in. This is also normal. He reached the extreme on the first day. People can't believe that his talent is not enough. I don't know how the elder guarding the Star Pavilion will choose. The people below are also curious and watching. At this time, the most dazzling dozens of stars in the Star Pavilion suddenly falling in front of Xiao Yun. Everyone had a grass ox in their hands. The Star Pavilion actually let him choose the combat skill himself, and they are all uniformly super combat skills. Xiao Yun couldn't help but ask, why doesn't Exingchen Pavilion have the ultimate battle technique? When they heard this, Tianyai came back to life. It was another round of mockery. Oh, you as the master are really incompetent. This kid didn't even know the meaning of ultimate battle technique. Dai Tian's face turned red. He spoke up to remind his disciple, the so-called ultimate combat techniques are self-created. After learning these techniques, you can create even more powerful moves. That will be your ultimate combat technique. Xiao Yun's face was filled with shock. Master, why are you here? Quickly choose your battle technique. Don't be greedy for too much. Choose only one. Even if you're a super genius, it would still take decades to master a super combat technique. Xiao Yun smiled kindly upon hearing this. Then you've underestimated your disciple. After being spoken to, Xiao Yun casually grabbed a handful. Let's start with 6 techniques first. The old immortals were all speechless for a while. They looked at Xiao Yun as if he was crazy. Practicing 6 super battle techniques. Are you planning to stay in the physical realm for a few hundred years? Tianyi laughed and said, this kid's brain is probably fried. You'll have to teach him a lot in the future. Xiao Yun sat cross-legged. He sneered in his heart. I really thought he was a fool. He intentionally wants to provoke the astonishment of the crowd just to obtain rewards from the system. Sure enough, as Xiao Yun checked the system, he had gained 6 additional enlightenments. There have been 24 enlightenments now. It's simply too easy to obtain these enlightenments. The system uses 1 enlightenment on the 9 transformations Tyrant Fist. An immortal above the starry pavilion shouts, what does he want to do? Why did you close your eyes? Are you preparing to cultivate combat techniques here? Cultivating on the spot? Are you kidding? A super combat technique. Even an extraordinary genius takes years to master. Many old immortals have also come to this side. This kid really has a problem with his brain. Only Elder de Tian's eyes are solemn, nervously clenching his little fists. He witnessed firsthand how powerful Xiao Yun is on the 9th level. Good disciple. Don't deceive your master. After Xiao Yun entered the state of enlightenment, the previously obscure and incomprehensible 9 transformations Tyrant Fist, in his eyes at this moment, seemed like an elementary school composition. He quickly understood the 9 revolutions Tyrant Fist. Then he opened his eyes. 2 beams of golden light suddenly appeared in his pitch-black pupils. Someone below shouted that he opened his eyes. Did he just learn a super combat technique? This is impossible. Just at this moment, Xiao Yun suddenly swung a punch. Bang! The terrifying power travels through space, causing the air to vibrate. A golden radiance suddenly appears on him, emitting a strong aura. A group of immortals, including Elder De Tian, are shocked once again. Golden body refinement. This is the symbol of the first transformation of the 9 transformations Tyrant Fist. Oh my god, is this his talent? Such comprehension. This is too terrifying. And Xiao Yun is far from this level. He wants to cultivate to the state of I here. After all, there is no gain without enlightenment. Xiao Yun, under the shocked gaze of everyone, masters the first 9 transformations Tyrant Fist with such enlightenment. Those old immortals are starting to believe in Elder De Tian's words a bit. Perhaps he can really cultivate the 9th layer of chaotic scripture. But Xiao Yun did not stop. The system once again uses the 9 transformations Tyrant Fist enlightenment. Everyone looks at him as if he were a monster. The other old immortal can't sit still anymore. Wait, is he going to continue cultivating the 3rd transformation? After entering the state of enlightenment, Xiao Yun quickly cultivated to the realm of the 9th stage of perfection. A terrifying force erupted from within him, with a domineering momentum that could sweep through the heavens and earth. The immortal elders above the Star Pavilion once again revealed a shocked expression. He had just cultivated the 9 revolution Tyrant Fist to its full extent. This is a perfect body with exquisite features. He has indeed stepped into the forbidden territory, An immortal who is centuries old cannot help but sigh. It's truly terrifying. Only time will tell how far he can ultimately go. At this moment, Elder Tianyu's face looked even worse than if he cried. He regretted his past decisions. If he had known that Elder Tian could succeed, he would also have tried his luck at the Chaos Holy Land. To seize the opportunity, this kid became his disciple. Elder Tian wiped off 10 kg of cold sweat and felt secretly happy in his heart. To have such a peerless genius as his disciple truly made him very happy. Xiao Yun's temperament has changed. He's become more domineering than before. His eyes are daunting. I wonder how much stronger I have become now. Go and test the stone tablet outside Xingchen Pavilion. Another wave of enlightenment can be harvested. Oh, he suddenly thought of something. Pointing at the stars, he said, "Next time I'll come to Xingchen Pavilion again. I don't need you to choose for me. Just bring me the strongest wine." Everyone looked at him dumbfounded. This is a threat to the Star Pavilion. This is really outrageous. But what stunned everyone even more was that they actually saw a big character made up of stars in the sky above their heads, to go or to walk. Even the immortals were speechless for a while. The daring kid actually dared to threaten the Star Pavilion. And he succeeded. Xiao Yun nodded with satisfaction on his face. He once again reaped 3 moments of enlightenment, feeling ecstatic. Of course, Xiao Yun is still prepared to continue pretending. The crowd gathered around the stone monument outside the Star Pavilion. Xiao Yun fiercely punched the stone monument in front of him. A thunderous sound erupted, followed by a more dazzling golden light. I wonder how much it will achieve. It will definitely surpass 100,000. In the Forbidden Domain, surpassing 100,000 is a taboo. Everyone stared intently at the stone tablet. Finally, a series of numbers, 200,000, appeared on the stone tablet. Such numbers are truly awe-inspiring. He really ventured into forbidden territory. This is forbidden. Only the Holy Child can reach this stage. What are you talking about? I am originally the Divine Son, Xiao Yun thought to himself. I wonder if I can increase my strength by another 100,000 kilograms after I cultivate the second super-secret combat technique. The Imperial Spirit in the Divine Heavenly Mansion has just roasted a giant spiritual beast, and that golden oil is permeated with a tantalizing fragrance. Xiao Yun and Xiao Ya beside them were drooling. They didn't need to eat because they were fasting. Xiao Yun felt very hungry. Without waiting for Xiao Ya to start, he quickly devoured the entire spirit beast. Xiao Yun touched his round belly and asked, "Master, how could I eat so much?" Elder Tian smiled and said, "Because your physical body has become stronger, it requires more energy. You currently have 200,000 kilograms, equivalent to the weight of 20 elephants. So your appetite should be about the same as that of 20 elephants. Am I a rice barrel now?" Elder Tian smiled and said that you can eat nothing once you reach the celestial realm. Absorbing the vitality of heaven and earth is enough to nourish the physical body. No need for food. Xiao Yun breathed a sigh of relief upon hearing this. The 4th realm, celestial realm, is not too difficult for him. He's already accumulated many enlightenments now. As long as he is willing to break through the key gathering immediately, entering the 3rd realm, the Spirit Bridge realm, is very easy. He just wants to be like the Chaos Emperor, having 1 million kilograms of strength in the realm of body refinement. Xiao Yun couldn't help but seek guidance from Elder Tian once again. I previously cultivated 1 super combat technique at the Star Pavilion and gained an additional 100,000 kilograms of strength. So if I cultivate another 8 super combat techniques, that will increase my strength by another 800,000 kilograms. Can one possess the power of 1 million K? The Elder Tian took out a small blackboard. Relying solely on the cultivation of super battle techniques cannot reach 1 million kg. Increasing super battle techniques can only undergo 3 transformations of the physical body. Xiao Yun looked at this unbearable painting style, a moment of speechlessness in my heart. So even by practicing battle skills, the most I can have is the strength of 700,000 kg. How can I improve? Elder Tian fell silent for a moment. This is already the limit that an ordinary physique can achieve. The reason why the great Emperor of Chaos can possess 1 million kg of strength is because of the 300,000 kg brought by his chaos body. Xiao Yun was stunned upon hearing this. His master had no other way. Can I continue to increase my strength? There is a way. If you can compensate for your innate foundation, it's just that those rare geniuses and treasures need to go through the battle of the Dragon's Gathering. My disciple, if you can possess 700,000 kg of strength within a year, by then, you can completely rely on your own strength to obtain those precious natural treasures. The Dragon's Gathering only opens once every 100 years. Only cultivators who have reached the level of body refinement can enter. But precisely because of this, genius treasures inside the Dragon's Gathering have not been neglected by the vast cultivators. The battle of the Dragon's Gathering is about to begin. Will this dragon become Xiao Yun's pet? Xiao Yun looked puzzled. What is the location of this battle at Dragon's Gathering, Master? It sounds very formidable. Elder Ditian has a serious expression. Well, let me tell you. Rumors say that the Dragon's Gathering's fruit was left behind by a Dragon's Gathering before its ascension by transforming into an empty void. For countless years, cultivators have been trying to uncover the secrets of the Dragon's Gathering. But due to the existence of the Dragon's Seal, powerful cultivators are unable to enter. While those cultivators in the body refinement realm are too weak, so it is impossible to excavate many secrets about the Dragon's Gathering. But there is one secret that has been excavated by someone. That is Project Mirage Dragon 20. There are many Dragon's Gathering remnants inside the Dragon's Gathering. Every 100 years, there will be 10 births. These remaining seeds wish to evolve into Dragon's Gathering bodies. They need to bathe in snow and engage in battles. I really want to use these geniuses from the cultivation world to sharpen their remaining seeds. The cultivation world also greatly supports this because not only are there super geniuses and precious treasures inside, there is also a chance to establish a master-servant contract with the Dragon's Gathering, turning it into a pet. Xiao Yun is overjoyed upon hearing this. So the Dragon's Gathering has 3 benefits. The first is the ability to obtain genius treasures of heaven and earth. Secondly, there is an opportunity to bathe in the snow of the Dragon's Gathering's remnants to enhance cultivation. Thirdly, to allow the Dragon's Gathering to be kept as pets. Then there will be an extra super helper by your side. Xiao Yun's face lit up with joy. When will the Dragon's Gathering open? Don't be impatient. It will open after a year. The Dragon's Gathering is extremely dangerous. You need at least 500,000 kg of strength to be stable. If you can't reach this level, I won't let you go in. Xiao Yun confidently assures the master. Before entering the Dragon's Gathering, I will definitely reach a strength of 700,000 kg. At this moment, Xiaoya excitedly said, I also want to go with senior brother. The elder Ditian immediately gave her a headbutt. You should go where it is cool. Do you really think the danger inside the Dragon's Gathering is just those 10 remaining species? In order to obtain some genius treasures, the practitioners of various sects will also fight each other. With your current strength, going in will only be a burden. After some thought, Ditian spoke. This is what we'll do. If Xiao Yun can really possess a strength of 700,000 kg before entering the Dragon's Gathering, then let Xiaoya accompany him inside. Xiaoya immediately cheered when she saw this. Thanks to the elder for granting this favor. Inside a grand hall on Tianyi Peak at this time, Elder Tianyai is still alive. He took out 3 golden pills. Chu Jingxiao immediately drools 10 kg of saliva. Disciple, this is the countless precious resources that I, as your master, have spent countless days and nights on, forcing it into words. It can help you reach the peak of body refinement within a week, entering a forbidden territory within a year. After saying that, Tianyai will not die. Chu Jingxiao took the pills with both hands, gratefully bowing down with a face full of gratitude. Thank you, Master, for nurturing your disciple. Once your disciple enters the lair of the Dragon's Gathering, he will definitely obtain the sacred artifact for you, Master. I wish you, Master, a future of attaining enlightenment. May heaven be immortal. Nods in satisfaction. You go down first to cultivate. This master has to continue refining battle armor and battle sword for you to enhance your combat power. Thank you, Master. Chu Jingxiao was even more moved. He respectfully withdrew from the main hall. Watching him leave, the immortal Tianyi's smiling face suddenly disappeared. My lord, Young master, take these 3 pills. I'm afraid there will be no further growth. Moreover, with the young master's strength, it might be dangerous to consume them. Tianyai is so stubborn and coldly sneered. If it's gone, then it's gone. The disciple is gone. Next time, just accept another one. But if he can bring back a holy herb from the dragon's gathering for me, then the return on investment will be multiplied by tens of millions. As for his future, it's not important. I am not like Elder Ditian, a fool, left with only 100 years of life, yet worried about my disciple. Comparing oneself to others will only lead to frustration. Xiao Yun leisurely fishing, increased battle power by 100,000 kg beside Emperor Peak's spiritual lake. Xiao Yun holds a fishing rod, lazily lying in a reclining chair, sitting leisurely, waiting for the fish to bite. Suddenly, he heard a scream. "Senior brother, help me." In the distance, Xiao Ya's screams of misery could be heard. Xiao Yun casually glanced over. Xiao Ya is soaking in the bath. Su Ling is holding a whip and continuously lashing. With every lash, meow, meow, meow. Why is Xu Ling doing this? She is helping Xiao Ya to exercise her physical body. She's already given Xiao Ya some elixir to take. Now she is just helping her refine this power, so the spirit symbols are for Xiao Ya's benefit. Xiao Yun couldn't help but inhale a breath of cold air. If Titian was also this good to me. Thinking quickly, he turned around and began to use the realization once. He didn't want to be pulled like this by Ditian either. As Xiao Yun entered the state of realization, he quickly realized the second super martial art, Tai Chi Divine Palm. Xiao Ya endured the pain in her body. She looked at Xiao Yun by the lake in the distance, unable to contain her curiosity. What is senior brother doing? Young master, this is practicing the second technique of the super battle fist. Look at the Tai Chi diagram enveloping him. This represents that he has already practiced the Tai Chi Divine Palm and reached the realm of perfection. Xiao Ya couldn't help but feel like banging her head on the ground after hearing these words. She was being scolded here by her master. She had suffered so much hardship, but until now, she still hasn't reached the peak of physical training. Her senior brother, on the other hand, effortlessly mastered a powerful combat technique. Xiao Yun has gained another 100,000 kilograms of strength. This person really makes people furious. Then, Xu Ling looked towards Xiaoya. She raised the whip in her hand. Xiaoya, this is the difference between mortals and geniuses. If you want to keep up with the young master's footsteps, you'll have to continue to endure hardships. Xiaoya had an expression of resignation. After a moment, a series of desperate screams was heard. And by the lake, Xiao Yun continues leisurely fishing. The second super combat technique has been mastered. I should have 300,000 now. I need to find a time to install it at the stone monument. Reap a wave of enlightenment. Wow, having a system is really different. Cultivation is so easy. These days are so comfortable. Xiao Ya's voice is getting more and more miserable. What the heck? Someone save me. Senior brother, I don't want to go to Dragon's Gathering. Master, please stop. Xiao Yun shook his head. This is the consequence of not having a system. A week passed in the blink of an eye. At this moment, in front of the stone stele of the Star Pavilion, there are already many people crowded around. Xu Jingxiao fiercely punches the stone stele. With a loud boom, the number 190,000 appears on the stone stele. This signifies that Xu Jingxiao has entered the realm of body refinement. He proudly exclaims with a smug look on his face. The elixir of enlightenment is indeed a good thing. Even the mediocre ones below are praising him repeatedly. Truly a gifted individual. Just 1 week and I reach the peak of body refinement. Becoming a holy child is just around the corner. Suddenly, a voice came from nearby. Isn't this the peak of body refinement? What's there to show off about? My senior brother has long reached the extreme. Xu Jingxiao turned around. The smile on his face instantly froze. He was very displeased when he saw Xiao Yun. He scowled and gritted his teeth. What does Xiao Yun's strength have to do with you? How much power does this little girl have? 60,000? Or 10,000? Don't embarrass yourself here. Xiao Ya coldly snorted, looking frustrated. What's so great about reaching the peak of body refinement? It's not a big deal. I have also reached it. She quickly moved forward. Look down on others, will you? Xiao Yun fiercely punched the stone monument in front of her. Instantly, a dazzling golden light emanated from the stone monument, revealing a series of shocking numbers. It has actually reached 17%. I didn't expect Xiao Yun to also reach the extreme state of body refinement. When did it become so easy to reach the extreme state of body refinement? They have appeared one after another. Could it be that our chaotic Holy Land is about to rise? Xiao Yun paid no attention to them. She shouted towards Xiao Yun, "Senior brother, it's your turn to show." The Chaos Holy Land has declined for many years. Within just a week, 3 body refinement extremes have appeared. The people around immediately exclaimed in surprise. Is it really that easy to reach the level of body refinement? Easy my ass. Wow! But has any newcomer reached 90,000 kg? Xiao Ya has a smug look on her face. It's your turn, senior brother. Everyone immediately looked at Xiao Yun with expectant faces. I wonder how much stronger this monster has become. Xiao Yun casually raises his hand. This punch is very light. He didn't even move. But on the stone tablet appeared a shocking weight of 300,000 kg. Once again, the crowd exclaimed in fear. How terrifying. This enters the realm of the second forbidden zone. Even the speed of horse lashing can't catch up with his speed of leveling up. Zhu Jingxiao is really grinding his teeth in anger. I didn't expect the clown to be oneself. After returning from the Star Pavilion, Su Ling suddenly tells Xiao Yun that the master has a treasure to reward him, only to see Su Ling summoning a magic circle. An ancient and simple-looking black scabbard slowly appears in front of Xiao Yun. Xiao Yun can't help but wonder, this knife is not sharp at all. Can it still cut 4 people? Elder de Tian also came over, who said that a knife must be sharp to cut people. Is a fist sharp? You are now using the 9 transformations Tyrant Fist. A punch can defeat an ordinary body refinement stage cultivator. So as long as it's hard enough, it's enough. What truly makes you a shark isn't your sharpness, but rather your strength. Xiao Yun happily takes the black blade. Thank you, master. The next second, he was completely shocked. Oh my! How can it be so heavy? You should know that he now possesses the strength of 300,000 kg. But I can't bring myself to carry this black blade. The spirit laughed uncontrollably. Young master! This black blade is the tool used by the master with the key-gathering mirror and the spirit bridge mirror. It weighs 360,000 kg. Xiao Yun's mouth twitched upon hearing this. If this slap were to land, even a cultivator in the realm of body refinement would shatter. However, such a heavy slap, he still cannot achieve it now. Dai Tian smiled at his disciple. After you have obtained a strength of 700,000 kg, you should be able to barely use this black blade. Xiao Yun held a grass in his hand. It seems that Ji Ming has not succeeded yet. I need to work harder. Next, I will comprehend the steps of the divine movement and the strategy of burning the boats and breaking the cauldrons. At this time, the Taichu Holy Land, the elders and the senior elders gathered in a temple. Reporting to the Holy Lord, there is news from the Chaos Holy Land. It is said that the Chaos Bell rang 9 times. Upon hearing these words, the people in the hall immediately began discussing among themselves. The Lord of the Taichu Holy Land pondered for a moment. It should have been the day they accepted new disciples not long ago. Has an extraordinary evildoer appeared? Countless elders discussing. The Chaos Bell rings 9 times. It hasn't been seen for many years. This person will definitely become a great enemy of our Taichu Holy Land in the future. We must be cautious. The Chaos Holy Lord orders Senior Elder Wanyang Hui. You take 2 disciples to first test the person's true intentions. Then make further arrangements, Master. Wanyang Hui, the old undying, bows. I followed the teachings of the Holy Lord. But deep down, I have my own plans. Elder de Tian, you humiliated me before. This time, I will definitely ruin your beloved disciple and make you suffer for the rest of your life. A few days later, Three unexpected guests arrived at the Chaos Holy Land, Tai Chu Holy Land. Wanyang Hui, following the orders of the Holy Lord, came to pay respects to the Chaos Holy Land. At this moment, a figure, resembling a deity or demon, descended from above. It turns out to be Wanyang Hui. You, long time, no see. Still as impressive as before. The person here is none other than Tianyi, the man who never dies. He is the only one from the Chaos Holy Land who has the capability to show off. Only Tianyi, who is at the semi-step to the celestial realm, can do it. So it turns out Tianyi Daoyu has such power. I'm afraid he has already reached the half-step to the celestial realm. Truly something to be celebrated. No wonder he is the third-ranking senior elder of the Chaos Holy Land. A faint smile appeared on Tianyi's lips. Fellow Daoist is too kind. While the little disciple behind Wanyang Hui muttered, the second-rank Supreme Elder learned is actually only at the half-step celestial realm. In our Teichu Holy Ground, they can't even make it into the top 10. The chaotic Holy Ground has indeed declined. Unbelievable. Although her voice is very low, Tianyi and Wanyang Hui are such strong individuals. They immediately heard it. Suddenly, Tian's face looked even worse than cried. Wanyang Hui pretended to scold. Shut up. Tianyi is my friend. The young disciple is still young and ignorant. Please forgive him, my friend. Tianyi silently made a gesture to invite the person in. It's okay. It's okay. It's better to go in and meet the Holy Lord without restraint. But he felt very frustrated in his heart. As soon as I go back, I will immediately go into seclusion until I reach the celestial realm. I will never come out. This woman actually acted arrogantly in front of Tianyi. She claimed that her strength is enough to crush all of the disciples of the Chaos Holy Land. At this moment, Wanyang Hui has already been brought into the main hall. He stated that his purpose for coming here is twofold: inviting the Chaos Holy Land to participate in next year's Dragon's Gathering Covenant. Lu Lei is a talented disciple who brought two youngsters to learn from your esteemed sect. I heard that you have found some good talents this year. It wouldn't be fun if they were defeated in just a few moves. That would be really boring. The countless old bastards instantly became furious. Wanyang Hui, you're too arrogant. Are you here to cause trouble? We, Chaos Holy Land, aren't afraid of you. Hey. The Holy Lord pondered for a moment, then waved his hand and ordered, Go and let Xiao Yun, Chu Jingxiao, and Lingling Xiao come forward. Among the present cultivation levels, only these three are worthy. Even if you can't win, you can't lose too badly. With Xiao Yun here, we should be able to win a round. After a moment, the three of them walked into the hall. The Holy Lord introduced Wanyang Hui as a friend. These three are the outstanding figures in the chaotic Holy Land's body refinement realm. I don't know how you want to spar. Wanyang Hui just measured it briefly. As for Chu Jingxiao and Xiao Yun, he simply glanced over them. But Xiao Yun seems to have average aptitude. He has actually cultivated golden skin and jade bones, stepping into forbidden territory. Even so, he still has full confidence in his two disciples behind him. Fu Miaotong immediately stood up. He looked at Xiao Yun disdainfully. In terms of cultivation level in the Tai Chu Holy Land, I rank 10th. I can defeat the three of you all by myself. I am enough. No need for senior brother to take action. The elders have unpleasant expressions. This kind of talent ranks 11th. On the other hand, Xiao Yun and the other two are already among the top 3 geniuses in the Holy Land. No pain without comparison. How can Xiao Yun tolerate this violent temper? She is only ranked 10th. Is there a need to be so arrogant? People who don't know would think you are ranked first. Fu Miaotong looks down from a high position. What about the 10th of the Tai Chu? Placed in your chaotic Holy Land, ranked first. More than enough. Xiao Yun immediately took out the whip and shamelessly boasted. Let me see your kung fu skills. To see if they match the skill of your mouth. Fu Miaotong remains incredibly proud. She disdainfully beckoned with her finger. Since you seek humiliation for yourself, I will fulfill your wish. Xiao Yun immediately becomes extremely angry. She swings her fiery red whip towards Fu Miaotong. Xiao Yun beside her shakes his head secretly. Junior sister is still too naive. I was easily angered by just one or two words from others. Xiao Ya shouted loudly. The whip in her hand turned into a dense network of vines, enveloping the entire person of Fu Miaotong. But Fu Miaotong was obviously stronger. She exudes sword aura everywhere, causing Xiao Ya's network cable to start struggling. Suddenly, Fu Miaotong uttered a low shout. One sword separates worlds. That sword instantly aimed at Xiao Ya's throat. Xiao Ya's face instantly turned pale. Cold sweat kept pouring. If this sword moves forward half an inch more, she will be immediately killed on the spot. Fu Miaotong coldly snorted. You couldn't even defend against a single move. It's really disappointing. Xiao Ya is not someone who can't handle losing. She gritted her teeth fiercely. I lost, but you're definitely no match for my senior martial brother. Fu Miaotong looked disdainful. All right, which one of them is your senior martial brother? Let him come out and give it a try. Xiao Yun casually walked out, put on a dignified appearance. Xiao Ya, step down. Senior brother will help you vent. Xiao Yun's tone is calm, but I won't bully you as the novice that I am. If you can let me take a step back, then I will admit you win. Fu Miaotong was instantly angered. Such big words to watch the first. Xiao Yun gently patted forward with a palm. After practicing so many super combat techniques, I was worried that there was no one to practice with. Following Xiao Yun's palm movements, a huge Tai Chi diagram appeared between the two. Fu Miaotong was repeatedly forced back by the shock. Not far away is Wan Yanghe, the undying old man with a serious expression on his face. He can tell that Xiao Yun has practiced the Tai Chi Divine Palm to its fullest extent, while his beloved disciple's one sword has only reached the great attainment realm. No matter how Fu Miaotong attacks, no one can break through Xiao Yun's defense. Even approaching his body is impossible. She felt unwilling in her heart. She shouted loudly towards Xiao Yun on the opposite side. Today, I will defeat you by surpassing levels. She abandoned all distractions. In her heart, there was only the way of the sword. I am the sword is me. At this moment, Fu Miaotong faintly reached the realm of unity between man and sword. Her senior brother exclaimed, truly worthy of Junior Master Fu. She actually had a breakthrough in the midst of battle, stepping into forbidden territory. In this moment, Fu Miaotong's person and sword unite as one, as if a golden sword breaking through the mist, attacking towards Xiao Yun. The aged immortals and the holy lord in the main hall are all sweating for Xiao Yun, hoping that this youth can withstand this strike. Xiao Ya tightly closes her teeth. Senior brother, come on. Fu Miaotong, in a state of unity between person and sword, fiercely bestows her sword upon Xiao Yun, while Xiao Yun remains unmoved. On the other hand, Fu Miaotong was violently shaken and sent flying by Xiao Yun. This is impossible. Even like this, it's still not enough. How can his defense be so terrifying? Beside him, Jiu Long's expression became even more solemn. Junior apprentice Fu, you should step back. He has probably stepped into the forbidden territory. Though what a load of rubbish from the Taichu Holy Land dares to pretend in front of the king. While Xiao Yun stands there and lets her babble. She couldn't even touch a hair. The weapon was shattered, but she still had an unwilling heart. Are all the people in your chaotic Holy Land only good at defense? If you have the ability, defeat me. Otherwise, I won't admit defeat. Xiao Yun said lightly. Good. His legs were like lightning, leaving behind a trail in the same spot. His true form has appeared in front of Fu Miaotong. Fu Miaotong is dumbfounded. This speed is too terrifying. With a loud boom, Xiao Yun emits a terrifying aura. Yin Jun has fiercely blasted Fu Miaotong away. Fu Miaotong falls to the ground, and Fu Miaotong's class shoots out a burst of watermelon juice. Fu Miaotong, Jiu Long quickly helps Fu Miaotong up. He immediately looked at Xiao Yun with a gloomy face. We were just sparring. Your attacks were a bit too heavy, don't you think? Xiao Yun remained calm. I didn't attack. She said I only know how to defend. I take action. But you say, I'm too spicy. You've taken all the reasoning. You can't accept losing at the sacred grounds, just say it straight. Jiuxiao angrily stomped on the floor, crushing it. He pointed at Xiao Yun and shouted angrily, "You, Jiuxiao, the 9th level of the Tai Chu refined body realm, will learn from senior brother Xiao's superior skills." Xiao Yun yawned nonchalantly. "Just had a fight. I'm tired, need to take a rest. You guys, the Holy Land of Tai Chu, can't use dirty tricks like this war of attrition." Everyone in the hall shook their heads. "You're damn tired. It was clearly an easy win just now." Jiuxiao turned his head to look at Chu Jingxiao, who had been adding soy sauce on the side. "Since that's the case, then I'll learn some tricks from Senior Chu first." Chu Jingxiao stood still, stunned. "Why are you looking for me? It was Xiao Yun who hurt your junior sister. What does that have to do with me?" Just by looking at his eyes, I can tell he's not capable of defeating Jiuxiao. Even Fu Miaotong can't handle it. But with so many eyes in the main hall watching, he dare not refuse to fight. Otherwise, how can he still fit in the Chaos Holy Land in the future? Xiao Yun, who should be 4th. He must have done it on purpose. Chu Jingxiao already feels like a grandson in his heart. He grits his teeth and competes with Jiuxiao. Xiao Yun also stands by smilingly, watching the two in the field. Xiao Yun softly says, "Senior brother, you're so cunning." Now Chu Jingxiao will be in trouble. He knows everything. Jiuxiao is holding back his anger. He will definitely take it out on Chu Jingxiao, Xiao Yun said quietly. "Do you now understand how smart your senior apprentice brother is? I was just using him to test Long Juyu's strength. You can't be impulsive in the future." "Yes, yes, yes," Xiao Yun nodded repeatedly. The old immortals were once again speechless. With their strength, no matter how low Xiao Yun and Xiao Yo's voices are, they can still be heard. The Holy Lord has a smile on his face. This is also good. A godchild with wisdom and resourcefulness is more worthy of cultivation. Chu Jingxiao looked at Jiuxiao on the opposite side as if facing a great enemy. Jiuxiao, on the other hand, looked much more relaxed. "You go ahead and make your move. Otherwise, if I make a move, you won't even have a chance to make a move." Chu Jingxiao clenched his teeth and rushed forward. He secretly thought of holding up the scene. Just don't lose too miserably. Jiuxiao burst into a fierce lightning on his body. Unexpectedly, he retaliated first and punched Chu Jingxiao, sending him flying. It turns out to be the lightning body. He is actually a monster with a special constitution. No wonder he is so strong. His strength is probably already at the level of Xiao Yun. Chu Jingxiao was punched by Jiuxiao and flew away. Instantly, he spouted a mouthful of fresh watermelon juice. The whole person directly stuck to the wall. The injury is even more serious than the previous Fu Miaotong. Seeing Chu Jingxiao couldn't even block a move, his expression is uglier than if he cried. Wanyang Hui looked at Jiuxiao below and praised him. The thunder body is naturally capable of controlling lightning. It's very fast and has strong attacking power. Wanyang Hui modestly said, "Lightning body is only a Wang body, nothing special. In our Tai Chu Holy Land, it doesn't count as a genius. Our generation has produced several divine bodies, and there's even a supreme body. In comparison, the flash body is far behind." Xiao Yun also looked bewildered. What is the flash body? The failure of the old Ten Bull formation in the Taichu sacred land. Lao Ju also came to flatter the king. After all, he has also stepped into the forbidden realm and possesses the power of lightning. Little did they know that Xiao Yun had long entered the forbidden realm. At this moment, all the old immortals held a straw in their hands. Their generation doesn't even have a special physique, but they don't even look highly upon the lightning body, a king's physique. No comparison, no harm. What makes them even more jealous is that a supreme body has appeared in a woman for the first time. The Holy Lord couldn't help but ask, "I wonder which supreme is it," with such a proud expression on their face. It is the 4th-ranked supreme on the supreme ranking, the space-time body. Even the immortal of heaven has a look of disbelief. It is rumored that possessing such a physique is unimaginable. He can manipulate time and space. No matter what kind of supernatural power it is in his hands, it can unleash boundless power. It's so terrifying. Xiao Yun's heart is also extremely shocked. The master said that special constitutions can be divided into 10 supreme bodies of the king's body and the god's body and 3 stages of the supreme body. Because it's too impressive, Xiao Yun can only recall it at double speed. Chaos body, devouring demon body, congenital holy body, Taoist fetus, spatial body, indestructible body of the mysterious yellow, and the body of 10,000 Buddhas. Ancient saint body, heavenly dominating body, divine king body, immortal king body, time and space body. Xiao Yun thought that sooner or later he would have to face the time and space body mentioned in the rumors. He couldn't help but take a cold breath. It seems that he must quickly improve his strength. Doesn't he want to give up the godchild for the sake of forging the chaos body? This is the #1 supreme body. As long as he cultivates the chaos bell, it will definitely be given to him to control. By then, he will possess the chaos body and hold the chaos bell, following the invincible. At this moment, Xi Yulong's eyes were filled with a shark-like aura. Senior Xiao, I don't know if you've rested well. Xiao Yun moved his arms a bit and lightly laughed. So it turns out Junior Brother has the power of lightning. Xiao Yu is a first-level mortal body. I'm afraid you're not my opponent. Please go easy on me. The anger of Jie Yulong is escalating rapidly. He thought to himself, that's just polite talk. You really take me as your junior brother. He modestly said, normal physique defeats extraordinary physique. There are also many in the cultivation world. Xiao Yun's face was kind. I also think so. Ji Yulong was extremely angry, his forehead turning black. He really wants to play the Xiao Yun now. This freaking talk is so damn annoying. Xiao Yun smiles brightly. All right, my junior brother, you understand. Please make your move. Finish the battle early. I still need to go back and have dinner. Good. Ji Yulong didn't waste any more words. He couldn't resist the urge to beat up Xiao Yun. He rushed out instantly. A punch fiercely hits Xiao Yun. Xiao Yun's face becomes serious. This punch contains not only powerful force, but also additional lightning damage. He dares not be careless. As his defense was about to give way, he forcefully withstood Jiu Long's attacks. In just a moment, Xiao Yun saw cracks appearing on his Tai diagram. It seems that he won't be able to hold on for much longer. He truly is a genius with a special constitution. Really incredible. Xiao Yun's feet moved swiftly, transforming into flashes of lightning. He began to counterattack against Ji Yulong. He knows that if he continues to defend, he will definitely be broken. Ji Yulong laughed out loud, full of anticipation. That's right. Geniuses like you and me should confront head-on. Xiao Yun didn't waste any effort with him, directly displaying his aggressive combat skills. The 9 transformations' tyrant fists rumbled and boomed. Neither of them took a step back. Everyone watching was shocked. Such powerful bodies. Both of them have entered the realm of the 3 prohibitions, possessing a strength of 300,000 kilograms. Who knows who will win? One Yangui never dies. Having firm belief in oneself, the beloved disciple will surely win. He truly deserves the name Lightning Body, not only possessing immense strength, but also having extreme speed. If Xiao Yun masters the super combat technique, he may not necessarily be his opponent. The two of them fiercely engage in battle again. The fight enters a state of intense heat. They are all unleashing their full power without any reservation. Another immortal. Exclamation is wrong. Xiao Yun seems even stronger. You see, Xiao Yun is about to gain the upper hand, only to see Xiao Yun's fists swinging more and more fiercely. The power that erupted is getting stronger and stronger. But what? Ji Yulong's face changed. He felt that Xiao Yun, who was originally not equal to him, suddenly increased by 100,000 in terms of power. He was surpassed in one move. Ji Yulong's face was full of disbelief. This is a super fighting technique that instantly enhances physical constitution. Burning bridges. How is this possible? Why does he have so many super fighting techniques? Xiao Yun sneered. Do you think I'm only limited to the 3 prohibition domains? Sorry. There's nothing in this world that cannot be solved with enlightenment. If there is one super strong vagina, then twice. If it can be solved, then twice. An old man exclaimed, Xiao Yun actually practiced the 4 super combat skills to the realm of dream satisfaction. He has already entered the 3 forbidden areas. But Xiao Yun is not like this. He will soon step into the forbidden realm. Tianya Laoshi rarely stands on Xiao Yun's side. With the last resort, Xiao Yun should be able to win. He ultimately did not embarrass the chaotic Holy Land. Wan Yangwei, the old immortal, sneered. Wish to win? Don't joke around. Do you think the royal body is just for show? Pay attention. On the battlefield, Jia Yulong was at a disadvantage. But he didn't give up. Instead, he relied on the speed of the lightning body to transform into an old 6. He showcased his positioning skills in front of Xiao Yun. Xiao Yun, don't be proud. Your strength is indeed stronger than mine, but your speed is not as fast as mine. I saw him wrapped in lightning all over his body. He was coming towards Xiao Yun, ready to attack head-on. Xiao Yun quickly displayed the Tai Chi Divine Palm in front of him. But this Lao Lu secretly flashed behind him, only to hear a loud bang. Thanks to Xiao Yun's quick hand, he displayed the 9 Revolutions Tyrant Fist. Otherwise, he would have been really ambushed by this Lao Lu. It is indeed interesting. The match is not over yet. Wan Yanghe, the never-dying old man, has already revealed an expression of being owed. There's no need for futile, struggling, mortal body. One in the sky, one on the ground. It's fate. Not necessarily. Man proposes, God disposes. I won't lose. Xiao Yun is already fed up with this 6 person's positioning. After that, the system grants a sudden enlightenment for the use of the Heavenly Wind Step. Only then does the super combat technique, Heavenly Wind Step, upgrade instantly to the ultimate combat technique, God-slaying step. At this moment, Ji Yulong still didn't know that Xiao Yun's speed had already surpassed him. Mockingly, Xiao Yun, you fucking cracked me up. Man conquers heaven. Even if I show you the trajectory of the lightning 9 steps, can you catch me? Only flashes, 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 several shadows with lightning, arrogantly bouncing back and forth in front of Xiao Yun. In the next second, Xiao Yun swiftly stopped the arm of Ji Yulong. He had a gentle expression on his face. Thank you very much then. At this moment, Ji Yulong's face looked even worse than if he cried. You were too hasty. Everyone on the field was stunned. He actually had an epiphany at a critical moment. His ultimate battle technique entered the forbidden territory. He now possesses 400,000 kg of strength. Ji Yulong is still showing off. Thought you could finish off Xiao Yun's skills by maneuvering. Your time for burning bridges has passed. At this moment, it seems that your strength is no match for mine. Xiao Yun snorted. Is that so? He slowly raised his fist. The fist was enveloped in scorching flames and violently clashed with Xi Yulong's attack. The next second, Xi Yulong looked incredulously at his damaged palm. Weren't you guys talking about the triple prohibition domain? This is already the 4th forbidden domain. He has an additional 200,000 kilograms of strength. How can he still play? Xiao Yun fiercely kicked upward again. Jia, the Wang body is just like this. Xiao Yun's bragging knows no bounds. I have long mastered the 4 forbidden realm. Before, I was just pretending I couldn't defeat him. Then I saw him ruthlessly kick towards Ji Yulong. You are nothing special either. Ji Yulong was thrown down 30 meters like a dead body. Junior brother, Fu Miaotong, quickly went forward to support him. Ji Yulong suddenly sprayed out a mouthful of watermelon juice. Junior sister, don't worry. I won't die from this. Wan Yangwei never dies in probes. You just burned your bridges. Clearly, the deadline has passed. How did you manage to defeat Yulong? Xiao Yun turns around disdainfully. It's not that difficult. I have long stepped into the forbidden zone. Even if I lose everything, I'm still stronger than him. It's just putting on a show. He secretly thought that achieving enlightenment on the battlefield was too exaggerated. Better to keep a low profile. Wenyan Wang Yanghui breathed a sigh of relief upon hearing this. So that's how it is. This child is truly cunning. I really thought he made a breakthrough in the heat of the moment. Ji Yulong is still very unwilling. Damn it. I was careless. The editor took a jab at Xiao Yun. Making it seem like you can win without showing off. The Holy Lord immediately showed a satisfied smile. Wan Yang Huyu is being modest. Wan Yang Hui refuses to die, leaving with a toss of the head. Who? Will you or won't you give in? Let's settle it at the dragon's gathering. Let's go. Escort this old man away. The Holy Emperor looked at Xiao with satisfaction. You did well this time. You have given face to the Holy Land. The high-ranking elders around also looked at Xiao Yun with appreciation, continuous praise. Xiao Yun kept modestly said a few words. The Holy Lord nodded again in satisfaction. He greatly admired Xiao Yun's dedication. During these years in our chaotic Holy Land, there haven't been any geniuses in the realm of body refinement, so they didn't participate in the journey to the dragon's gathering. As a result, they were mocked by the outside world. Since you have such strength, indeed, you should venture into the dragon's gathering. But once you enter the dragon's gathering, the first thing you need to be careful of is the people from the primordial holy ground. They will certainly not show any mercy towards you. Xiao Yun nodded confidently. Please rest assured, Holy Lord. The disciple will definitely eliminate all the people in the dragon's gathering nest, the holy land of the ancient saints. The old immortals and the Holy Lord were all dumbfounded. This boast is really big. The Holy Lord gave a bitter smile. There is no need for that. You should prioritize finding the genius treasure. If the people from the Taichu Holy Land don't provoke you, you shouldn't provoke them either. Moreover, in their generation, a temporal being emerged. Once you encounter him, do not hesitate for a moment and immediately flee. At this point, you have not yet formed your chaos body. Within the same realm, you are still unable to contend against other supreme beings. Although Xiao Yun didn't agree in his heart, he believed that he was capable of fighting against the temporal entity. But as an obedient disciple, he shouldn't argue with the Lord. So Xiao Yun nodded. Your Majesty, rest assured. This time, I will definitely eliminate that temporal creature and make them suffer heavy losses in the primordial sacred land. All the immortals and your Majesty will once again be astonished by the incredible power. They think Xiao Yun is good at everything, but he's just too confident. Yai Fan, unexpectedly, even the body of space-time dares to disregard the supreme body. Even the Holy Lord doesn't know how to respond. All right, you go back and focus on your cultivation, Xiao Yun nodded. Immediately, he took Xiao Ye's hand. Outside the mountain gate of the chaotic Holy Land, Wan Yanghe and the other two flew away on clouds. Ji Yulong and Fu Miaotong looked ashamed. Elder, our disciples are incompetent. They have brought shame upon our Taichu Holy Land. We kindly request punishment from the elder, Jai Yulong said. Wan Yanghui pondered for a moment. It's not your fault. If it weren't for Xiao Yun hiding his cultivation level, we wouldn't have lost so miserably. Ji Yulong's face turned grave. This person is truly terrifying. Surprisingly, with just average talent, he was able to step foot into the realm of the four forbidden areas. Not only did he cultivate 3 super battle techniques to their fullest potential, he even reached the ultimate realm in one of them. Wan Yanghui's face showed a disdainful expression. You're still too inexperienced. I didn't know that one's understanding can be enhanced. But there are side effects. That Xiao Yun must have taken the Wustan 3 times. That's why he was able to master 3 super combat techniques in such a short time. Jie Yulong exclaimed in surprise. Why would the Chaos Holy Land allow him to do this? Isn't this setting up a monster? Wan Yanghui coldly snorted. What monster? He is just an ordinary mortal. I can clearly see with my discerning eyes. He has absolutely no talent. The Chaos Holy Land must have wanted to give him some benefits by letting him enter the dragon nest. Anyway, losing a mortal body is not a loss. Jia Yulong and Fu Miaotong suddenly realized and spoke in astonishment, so that's how it is. The Chaos Holy Land has really declined. Wan Yangwei, that old immortal, looks disdainful. Don't worry. I won't let them succeed. When we enter the dragon's gathering, you all will cooperate with senior brother to kill him. Let the Chaos Holy Land suffer a setback. Xiao Yun is probably not the youngest. 3 super martial skills and a super formation. He says he will complete the training in 1 year, but he actually finished it all in 1 night. After he returned, Elder Ditian asked him, how does it feel for a disciple to see the genius of the Tai Chu Holy Land? They are indeed stronger than us. Just ranked 9th. Even the 10th disciple can sweep our Holy Land's body refinement realm, Elder Ditian exclaimed. I heard that there's a lightning body this time. In their generation, there's also a master of the space-time supreme body. After entering the lair of the dragon's gathering, you must be careful and beware of this person. Master, do you not have confidence in your disciple? Xiao Yun asked. It won't take long for the disciple to possess a strength of 700,000 kg. Even if he is the supreme body, I am confident that I can defeat him. The emperor shakes his head and says, you underestimate the abilities of the supreme body. The supreme body not only represents his powerful talents, but also his exceptional skills. The most terrifying thing is his special ability. You must have witnessed it. Xiao Yun's expression became slightly serious. Indeed, that thunder body of Ji Long is very powerful. Every move and technique carries additional lightning attacks, and it's remarkably fast. If I didn't have the strength of 500,000 kg, I'm afraid it wouldn't be easy for me to defeat him, Xiao Yun admitted. Elder Ditian nodded. That's right. That Ji Long is merely a lightning body, but the space-time body is much more powerful than the lightning body. As the master knows, the speed of the temporal body in the same realm is 100 times that of the lightning body. At the same time, it can also reduce your speed. Xiao Yun was startled. So fast. That means you can't even touch its shadow. How can this be compared? Ditian smiled and said, otherwise, how can it be called the supreme body? However, there are still 4 ways to deal with it. The first way is to use long-range attack techniques to prevent him from getting close. The second possesses high defensive abilities, rendering his attacks ineffective. The third uses spirit stones to set up formations in advance, which cause dizziness. Xiao Yun smiled bitterly. This is too much. Just tell me directly how to do it. Elder Ditian waved his hand and threw a few books over. I have prepared these things for you long ago. They include 3 powerful combat skills and 3 formations. As long as you have the ability to learn them all, then you can fight against the bodies of space and time. Elder Ditian gave Xiao Yun 3 battle skills. They are Little Live Flying Blade, Golden Bell Shield, and Dragon Power. As for the remaining 3 formations, they are respectively the Chaotic Void Formation, Locking Dragon Formation, and 8 Gates Restriction Formation. Xiao Yun nodded after finishing reading Master. Rest assured, I have a good comprehension ability. I can learn all these things within a year. It won't take much time either. If it weren't for me knowing how astonishing your aptitude is, I wouldn't dare recommend that you cultivate so many super combat techniques and formations. After the Elder Ditian left, Xiao Yun's heart was filled with emotion. Indeed, having an elderly person in the family is just like having a treasure. Immediately, Xiao Yun picked up the battle technique in front of him and began to cultivate. There are a total of 3 super combat techniques. Xiao Yun has deduced them to the level of supreme combat techniques. It took a total of 6 instances of enlightenment. In addition, Xiao Yun has also deduced all the other super combat techniques to the level of supreme combat techniques. In the end, those 3 formations were also learned by him through 3 moments of enlightenment. After this wave, Xiao Yun used up 12 opportunities for enlightenment. Following the previous cultivation of the Chaos Scripture, this is probably the most times I've ever spent on a single insight. The next morning, Xiao Yun opened his eyes. He immediately checked his Enlightenment System. At this point, he only had 14 insights left. Suddenly, the system sound rang out. Ding! New mission, impact the Hidden Dragon list. Enter top 50. Reward, 10 chances for epiphany. Xiao Yun's eyes instantly lit up. Just as he had just exhausted a wave of enlightenment now, he has another chance to replenish, he whispers. But what exactly is this Hidden Dragon list? Suddenly, the spirit symbol knocked on the door. Hidden Dragon list. Can I go in, young master? Come in, smiled Xu Ling. Outer disciples challenge the illusion demon tower. Hidden Dragon List can obtain more resources, young master. You are already a disciple of the Supreme Elder. You have way more resources than them. Hidden Dragon List, Xiao Yun said. I need real combat to improve my battle experience. Xling suddenly realized the young master is right. Let's go. Xiao Ya said happily on the side. That sounds very interesting. Master, I also want to challenge the Hidden Dragon List. Su Ling nodded. Okay. Everyone waits outside the tower to see how far he can advance. How many levels can this monster reach? At this moment, the group has already arrived in front of the Illusion Demon Tower. The summoner begins explaining the rules of the Hidden Dragon List. The 14 stone tablets in front are used for ranking. 4 of them are white stone tablets. They respectively record the top 100 of the contemporary Dragon List, Rising Dragon List, Dragon's Gathering List, and Holy List. There are 10 black stone tablets. Recorded the top 100 from Body Refinement to Heaven Realm in history. To challenge the Hidden Dragon List, it's not directly challenging the people recorded on the Hidden Dragon List, but entering the Illusion Demon Tower to challenge the illusions left behind by them. In it, Xiao Yun suddenly realized what was being said. This Illusion Demon Tower is quite interesting. In other words, if I can defeat those top-ranked experts on the Hidden Dragon List, then my phantom clone will also stay there. Are you challenging future generations? The symbol spirit nodded with a smile. Yes, but once your cultivation surpasses the key gathering, your avatar will disappear. As long as you obtain the first place on the Hidden Dragon List, then defeat the strongest throughout history. Millions of years later, your clone can still exist and be preserved. Xiao Yun suddenly became interested. Most. This is great. It allows future generations to admire my unparalleled elegance. Xiao Yama, does your senior brother praise himself like this? Su Ling's expression turned serious. Young master, do not underestimate the strongest body refinement cultivation level in the history. They are not simple at all.